Bunch of boomers on a desk talking about newspapers.
Yeah, that's what can you expect? That's
On a
all
couch.
They know. On a couch. Fair enough. Still, yeah, I don't know. As podcasts go, that was actually turning out quite well.
Yeah, I'm making a joke. I actually quite like that.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's the current thing. I've done it myself.
What's that?
Shut up, boomer. I like that. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Go on.
That's all.
Counter-Strike game.
Yeah, we should talk about that,
Yeah.
especially because this is actually kind of an important game,
It's a very important game. It's an elimination game, in fact.
and it's EG and G2, which is not, I think, what most people would have predicted.
No, I mean, one of these teams going out, I remember at the opening segment of the game was like there's an obvious team in each one of these groups that is probably going to be the one knocked out. And for here, this group, it was everyone was looking at Tyloo. And now it's like, oh, all right, well, things have been shaken up already here in China at CAC. So this is tough, especially for a G2 team that has some cool stuff but still trying to plant their feet, and an EG team that's trying to recover from a slow start, but if it's too slow, they're gone. So this is interesting for a team that was just number 1 in the world in EG, now number 2, to go up in a relatively dangerous squad in G2.
Yeah, this won't be easy to predict at all. I think both these teams are going to be fighting very, very hard to stay in this. It'd be a disaster for either one if they got knocked out this early. So someone obviously is, but
yeah,
I think
well,
the motivation is going to be there.
That's the fun part about the competition, right? Is there are going to be losers in this. Someone's going to be a big loser here today.
Yeah, but because of the format, which I do really appreciate, that you will have lost 2 best of 3s. So that's it. Like, there's not even any complaining, really. You just have to accept the fact that that wasn't going to be a good tournament, which is still, sad in a way. And it looks like G2 are going to be starting on the CT side with EG on the T side. So get all your friends involved. Wake them up if you have to. If you're in one of the time zones where people are still asleep, call them.
So what, Europe still asleep? America still asleep? So all those. Just war dial them.
Yeah, keep going.
Call
eventually.
20 times until they pick up. Here we are. Pistol round is live between EG and G2. Breeze going to head out towards long, take a quick peek with that P250.
They've gone for the double stack over by card. It is risky, but it's also kind of cool if it works. They got a 3-man setup here. If you get one of these players, let's say you take down Jax in this push towards long, if it actually happens, you're probably not going to be checking for Kenny. So that could be fun.
Especially if Nex is at the corner. Now, one of the dangerous parts about this setup is if the attack comes from Catwalk, where do you go as those players? They're distracted, they're getting shot at, they're getting picked at from long range. There's no one really holding them back. So you could see, with the timing of the round, they had no eyes on mid either. They had to bust up that stack. They're going to head right into Ethan. Right into Breeze. That's a great one-tap from Jax. Ethan's going to pounce and try and recover it, but that's a fight he doesn't really want anything to do with.
That's an outrageous way to begin. Nexa will just follow it up. 1 bullet and 1 death there on Cirque. And a 5 versus 3 now, with EG waiting around for a long time, kind of even waiting for the kind of aggression that was coming out. They just weren't ready.
Yeah, 2 players without armor as well. 2 players that went utility. So there's the deep smoke into CT spawn to provide a mid to B split. It's all on this attack. They need to get in here fast. They need to get in here quick. 1 flashbang. Stanislaw's got to kill. Tarek up close. He's not looking. And Hunter, he dodges the flashbang, and he gets everything. 2 stunning headshots right at the end. 3 in total, and that's a pistol round for G2.
Amanek was still on the bomb site, but he just wasn't needed.
He's just chilling. He's like, thanks, bro. That was an easy round for me.
That was very aggressive. What a cool round.
Well, I mean, the flashbang, unfortunately, that Tarek is turned for goes way behind Hunter.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's necessarily a way to effectively flash that position, even if you know someone's going to be in it.
No, probably not. He's so close to the wall as well. That's going to be very tricky. But this is beautiful. So, early round out of G2. Got a scout, got a single deagle in play on Breeze. We'll see if EG could cause an upset with what they have. It's really, I don't know. It's possible, but I would say normally maybe you could even see 2 scouts or some deagles. If they got more kills, they would have had a little bit more.
Well, I think the unfortunate part, they'd love to have Cirque join them up on Catwalk. He's coming in late, and another round where G2 doesn't have a whole lot of aggressive information being gathered in middle whatsoever, so Cirque should be able to get here pretty early in the round if he wants to, and that scout can peer in towards the A-bomb site for a long time. Tarek takes a lot of damage from the nades. 3 smokes, 4 flashbangs, and a Molotov for EG for the rest of this round.
I mean, if the scout can find a pick-off when they all go at the same time, then all they need is 1 more kill, and they probably have the bomb site. So it's not completely impossible, but finding finding it difficult to even look into the bomb side at the moment.
I think this is the battle that dictates a lot of the round. If Freeze gets this kill, that's massive. Look at how the defense is going to have to shift. Nexa slips away towards long. He's got to cover that position. That leaves kennyS all alone inside the bomb site with an SMG. Nexa as well on his own gets the first. Kenny grabs 2 during the hit, and the danger is forced away. That's some fine SMG work from G2.
I'm going to need to see those 2 first shots from Kenny. I feel like those they must have been very close to each other, those 2 T models. So danger averted. They make it out safe. It's all good. But there was a way that could have all come undone for G2 for a minute there. Nice shot from Breeze, and you know, patient play for EG in that round.
Yeah, just didn't get as much as you probably would have hoped for. Obviously, when that player at long goes down, you're hoping you can turn that corner. Nexa did a good job of immediately pushing up to regain some map control, some presence at long A.
FAMAS was making its way up the middle on Hunter, but he thought better of it. Decided to leave the whole thing alone. And what do they have? 2 flashbangs and a smoke, and almost entirely Glocks. So not really an inspiring round. There's a less than 1% chance that they can do anything here.
Less than 1%. That's a
very unlikely.
Weak prediction.
It is. It's also just made up, like most statistics. So, you know,
no one's gonna challenge you. Oh, that's an 8.5.
They're all gone.
Holy hell, you don't see that every day. Oh, listen, this is about as much money as you could have hoped for gathered for G2. All 5 kills in the second round with the SMGs. That's a lot of bonus money. They didn't lose anyone in that third round. That's a lot of money they don't have to respend. The only thing they've invested in at the moment is that op on kennyS.
That's so
Some
brutal.
extra utility brought back into play, but that's the heavy weapon that Nexa drops over. And remember, he's the one who got, what, 3 kills in the previous round with the SMG?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a what a way to start if you're the AWP player. A triple grenade. You don't see those very often, and yeah, did all the damage that you would have wanted.
That you would hope for.
Don't even know whose fingers and arms belong to afterwards. You can't even stitch them back together, Jason. It's terrible.
Why would you want to?
Stanislaw, maybe you're trying to create some sort of zombie army, maybe. Resurrect them later on.
All right. Opening kill for the Krieg on Stanislaw.
You get like the hands of Cirque, so you're lightning fast. Get the peanut brain of Tarek, so you got like you could make a pretty good Counter-Strike player if you know.
The Counter-Strike Frankenstein?
Yeah, put them all together.
That'd be some fine stitch work for that peanut brain. Stanislaw is a really fun player to watch on this map. He loves challenging off catwalk just all on his own. He's going to be very bold. That round we just saw him just basically take a duel at the B bomb site, even in a 1-on-2 that he didn't know was going to be there. But kennyS, a chance to recover the round. 3 targets are going to come his direction. They need flashbangs. They need smokes, and they have none of those. Kenny with the first kill. Jack's going to follow it up, and Cirque with the bomb has got to just be so nervous, but they actually don't check it. And now Kenny's in trouble. Oh, it's collapsed so quickly.
And in a bizarre way, because they had the opening fight that they wanted over there at long. It looked like it was going to be absolutely fine. Now the bomb has made its way across, and there's going to be a bomb plant without any interruption here. Amanek and Nexa far apart, so they have to win individual fights, and they have to do it fairly early on. Or yeah, he's picking up the Creed long, Amanek, and saying that's probably better.
Yeah, that's it. Just upgrade the SMG. You guys have plenty of money from how good you did, but I cannot believe they lost that round. Jax just loses, just doesn't even check, doesn't even look towards Cave when he's falling back. That's an easy kill for Cirque.
That's so bizarre.
That's a head-scratching loss of the round for G2.
At EG, I agree though. No smokes or flashes to go long. That's so dangerous.
Could have been so much worse. I mean, it'd be interesting to like. This is like kind of a question I guess we could like. I don't know. It'd just be so hard to like find kennyS in a situation where we could ask him a question like this. But how many times do we see like Jackson, kennyS? They could have just stayed doubled up at long and just taken those fights over and over and just made sure they controlled long and played retake on A. But I almost feel like, and maybe this reads too much into it. I think AWPers are getting really like unmotivated to re-peek into Kriegs. Like really not enjoying re-peeking angles because the Krieg is such a powerful weapon to just hold it and just get that one tap.
I agree that I think that actually has impacted the all play style more than maybe people think about. Cirque taking a fight, but Kenny's there once again. So far, going in dry hasn't really worked out for them. It's just how it generally is. Oh no. Tarek going down, and they try and follow up. And they've been doing, you mentioned this earlier with Stanislaw doing it, but now it's the rest of EG trying to make that fight work, and it just doesn't.
Yeah, that's the exact setup that G2 had at the previous round that didn't actually pan out for him. Stanislaw's got to get aggressive. He wants to try and do something creative, something crazy to pull this back, but I don't think he's got a chance. He might get one kill, and indeed that's not going to happen whatsoever. A coordinated peek from the two defenders, and G2, they've responded immediately. It'll be a 4th round.
And again, giving up more creeks, which is something you just really never want to do.
And also G2 not upgrading into the double up. There was a chance for it in middle. They decided against that. 4-1. Yeah, completely blind, Tarek was.
Yeah, the timing is, that's so good. I think one of them tries to escape the flashbang, the other one eats it, so now they're fighting alone, and it's not a good look.
Not a good look in any way. Another buy coming in for EG.
Oh, are they going to go fast out the middle? They're going to be slowing it down.
I think it's going to be not lightning fast, but it's going to be pretty fast. Breeze is close to the doors, but there's 3 players in upper dark, so I mean this feels right out of the bat like a mid to B split is called, and this would be a perfect time to actually have it happen. There's 4 defenders at the A bomb site. 3 of them are going to be on catwalk. It'll be a fast flank out mid. Jax is going to be very close by. If he takes the risk and just jumps down, that'd be massive. And indeed, they go for mid control from the CT side. Almanac just has to buy some time. He does get 1 kill.
And they just almost catch them in the window, but not quite. So they've at least made it way in. 4 on 3. The bomb is going to be planted, and they have a single grenade left on Stanislaw, so not a lot to hold them back with him. EG.
It's a decoy.
Yeah, oh, it's a decoy as well. That's even not even that useful, is it? Cirque will get a kill on Jax, so now it's evening out things a little bit. A 3 on 3, and nobody coming in from upper dark now. The rest of the retake got to be happening from this side. Grenade only chipping away at them, and can they actually get through these doors? Running through the smoke. Nice shot coming through next. A double headshot to enter the bomb site with, and Stanislaw will go down. And that is a great retake. Not easy to do on the B bomb site. And G2 now going to be 5-1. They have the kit, so they're going to be able to defuse that bomb, no problem.
Yeah, even with a 3 on 3, even with a man advantage, retaking that B bomb site is very tough. So great shots from Nexa coming in through window. Just doubled him up, made that much easier. It's also his first death.
You're right, 9-1.
Shout out to Nexa.
8-1 on Hunter, that little duo.
The Serbs.
Playing a pretty good game. I like that strategy from EG. I think everything apart from the fact that they didn't win the round was set up nicely.
Everything was great except for losing. Yeah. They got the benefit of having the perfect call against the defense that was shown.
Yeah.
I think that's just a blind call as well. They didn't even notice it. Here we go. 4 players up catwalk. 1 going to be in middle. Kenny S. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. Everyone was getting worried for a minute there. He was alone on the bomb site. AWP, a lot of pistols could have run him down, but they don't get the chase in. And now they're in that position that's very grenadable.
Extremely grenadable, and as well, like when they throw the utility, the fact that it's coming out, a Molotov can just slow things down. Another follow-up nade, the utility kind of gives up the game.
If we all think about it right now, we could actually channel it to Nexa that he throws the grenade. Like, we could just do it. Everyone think grenade thrown. Oh, it lands a little bit short. You guys need to do better in the future.
Think harder.
Think harder.
He hasn't even thrown his grenade yet.
No, he hasn't. Someone else did.
Still think harder. Oh, wild spray. He gets the kill. Stanislaw's going to stick the plant. That's all well and good. So $800 in the bank for the EG side. And from here, I think that's some happiness that you at least get the plant. Can they get any kills? Any economic damage would be great, but there's just so much time, and G2 can be so patient and so methodical. Breeze is the only one left, and that's a stunning headshot as he slides out. 2 is about all you could have asked for.
Yeah, it's chipping away a little bit at them, but I don't know. The overall start here for EG, not everything that you would want. Some of the, I mean, it's just when you look at the kills even, right? We're 7 rounds in, and nobody has more than 3 on the EG side.
Yeah, 2 on Cirque, 2 on Breeze, 3 each on Stanislaw and Ethan, and 0 on Tarek.
So now some of that you could say, well, they haven't had many rifle rounds, and that's fair enough. It's just that it's such an annoying obstacle to have to overcome to even get your players in, and the longer it takes, I'm sure it's going to happen eventually, but you know, if it's towards the end of the first half when people really start to wake up, it's like, yeah, but we could have, you know, if this had happened a little bit earlier, we would have had more options, more things could have worked out in our favor.
And we also remember, we talked yesterday, the team that EG lost to yesterday was MIBR. And they got manhandled. And that was one of the things where we even said, yeah, MIBR looked great, but EG looked a bit sluggish.
Just a little bit, yeah.
They can't afford that today. Not for a single map.
Definitely not even for a single one, no.
Double op setup, and the two oppers are both 6,500 on Kenny, 6,900 on Amanek. They've got plenty of money to rebuy into this if they need to. There's a lot of cash needed to be burned by the T side. Jax is under pressure.
Already though, oh, and he actually dinks him. That is unfair, isn't it? Breeze will just barely survive that.
This play is so cool. We saw this earlier when they were I thought they would wrap around quickly on the mid to B split, but again, they've done the same exact setup, but this time they're going to flank out long. And the tough part is it's hard to gauge when you need to commit to that flank, because you can see, EG, they don't want to move forward, so someone's watching the flank.
Breeze, this is some heads-up play, but he still goes down. Dinked earlier, so, I mean, I still think that's pretty smart from Breeze even to be looking for it. Now they are really boxed in. What do you do from here on out?
This is so cool still, though. Hunter can just continually challenge. If he goes down, it doesn't matter at all. They're not going to expect Nexa to be here. So if they try and fall back, he's got a free kill onto the bomb carrier. What a well-orchestrated strategy from G2.
Yeah, that's a really hard shutdown, isn't it?
You have Kenny S's op on one side, and you have a double flank on the other. You're not getting out of that situation too frequently. Yeah, exactly. And both of them have managed to kill.
Ethan now, 35 seconds, obviously, he's already been spotted, so they've just fallen back to where the bomb is. Ethan has a Molotov, so I don't know if he's going to try and do something with it. But again, I don't see if he can even get close to this. Even if he picks up a bomb right here with no challenge, he still has to run all the way back. Amanek would have been there. That's a great round out of the G2 side. 7-1 in their favor. They've got a round loss bonus at least, PG. There's that.
Yeah, that must be nice. I'm sure they're taking a lot of comfort and solace in that fact. Creeks are coming out again. AK on Ethan. Cirque going to be kept away from the AWP. The ADR and Tarek. Is that 2? Or
it says 2. I've started to distrust ADR updates just because
on the HUDs.
It does have a problem. Oh, auto shotgun. Oh no, it's the Nova shotgun. Get off his lawn.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the ADR is indeed true. He is stuck at 2. That's fine work from Hunter with the shotgun.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Terry. That's fine work. I was going to say, that's very patronizing.
It's actually the opposite.
Just very...
I wouldn't be that much of an ass. Well, Nexa and Jax to defend this A bomb site, and G2 have had no problems so far. And I think even if they decide to just fall back and not really challenge and fight for the site, playing retake, they're going to do just fine. I do think it's interesting that both AWPs are at the B bomb site.
Exchange of Molotovs here. Yeah, that's definitely something we don't always see. A shot from Nexa to take down Standards Law. And now we could buy time. 4 versus 2. Jax setting up for a long flashbang for that peak. That's some good teamwork. And Ethan, once again, alone in a 1 versus... Oh, that's a fantastic click. Just deleting Jax immediately. He was so ready for it.
Well, Ethan's got a task on his hands. 2 ops. This is doable.
Oh, grenade right on top of him. That's a bit of a problem. Now they're jumping with the pistols on the other side, and they'll take him down. He had a triple kill and had a chance for an ace clutch there. Well played on Ethan, honestly. That was very cool.
Yeah, at least getting the plan, at least grinding away some economy. But 9 rounds in, you're down 1-8. I don't think economic damage is going to keep you too happy for much longer.
I'll be honest. He has money to buy whatever he wants, Hunter, in that round. It's even like a little bit of a slap in the face that he goes for a Nova shotgun and makes it work that well. And you're like, oh, okay, fine. Just do whatever you want then.
Yeah, and they're just, I guess, I mean... I wonder what the thought process was behind that. Maybe he thought it was going to be an eco, and he was like, why not? Maybe unarmored, maybe half armor. But
he must have known about the round. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I think he was just trying to
when I say eco,
alpha them.
I don't mean the typical eco. I mean the current ecos we have, which is like armor and SMGs.
Closest thing we get to
the
eco.
closest thing you can have.
I think he was just trying to alpha them. He was just saying, you know.
If that's the case, I admire that wholeheartedly. I want more of it. We'll ask him after the game. Flashbang in forces Hunter off the angle. Remember, EG has challenged this fight a couple of times, and they've run into some obstacles. Tarek and Stanislav perhaps going to try and throw a fake. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot, because you have Amanek just holding an angle with an AWP deep in towards B halls, deep in towards upper dark.
Grenade they run into, but while they're reloading, Amanek's actually holding the line. That's really important. Getting a chance for the AUG to get it put into play. They can't find him even at the back. They know he's in there, and the whole push through upper dark gets shut down. Stanislaw, that's an easy click, but now Hunter's going to go for the fight, and he's been magnificent so far in this map. Double kill for him in this round, leaving Tariq alone in a 1 versus 4, and he gets shot down. It's another triple kill for Hunter, landing him at 14 and 4. Just a little bit behind Nexa, who's at 14 and 3.
Can I tell you something funny?
Go on.
When you just think it can't get any worse, Tariq has less than 2 ADR. I'm so sorry, Tariq.
You know what? You should be. He gave you that shirt I showed you wear to the gym. It is cool.
It's a nice shirt. I like it.
It's amazing. He's actually done a good job with that merch.
He has done a very good job. Flashbang over long, and I think timeout is called for in the next round for EG. I think this is starting to look very ugly. Oh, they've gotten the opening kill from Breeze, and they follow it up. Completely blind. Kenny S has to back away. No damage dealt yet to the EG side.
Oh, Kenny, please don't stay on this ramp. It's not a good idea. If they come through the smoke, he's actually just dead at that point in time.
Now, here's the tough part, is these ops. If Amanek is going to be aggressive in mid, he can find a way to thin this out. The next time that EG makes contact, it needs to be very suffocating. It needs to almost be swarming. That is a good find. AK headshot onto Kenny S with the AWP. Stanislaw is going to move. Oh, the timing is just not there. Hunter has got to back away, and that's another fight for Stanislaw. 2 kills on Breeze, 2 kills on Stan, and that's a second round for EG.
Kind of an odd turn of events when we've been talking so much about how EG could find a way back in and just it's a great flashbang at long and then the deagle to follow it up. So I think the upside of that is obviously you get a chance suddenly to be back in the game, but it again, it's not the kind of strategy that can be replicated. You can't find more rounds just repeating any of that. So now you've got a bit of a window. You need to really use it. Like these follow-up rounds have to be good for EG.
Yeah, you really hope they come alive. This is perhaps their last chance at staying in this game and in some kind of meaningful level, or staying in this half and avoiding the blowout. And if you're G2, I almost actually wouldn't even mind G2 taking a timeout and just saying, okay, we just lost one, but let's not let this turn into something crazy. Let's not take our foot off the pedal. Let's continue to make sure that we're playing well and that we're still dominating the way that we did for 9 rounds.
Last chance to stay in the half of the game. Maybe even last chance to stay in China. They might be sent home.
It could be. It could be very quick. Freeze is out long, and this time it doesn't work. Jax, you have to imagine in the back of his head, he's like, someone's going to challenge again. After that success, they're going to go for it.
Ethan getting tagged up with the grenade. And that's plenty of damage to even out the difference between the Krieg and the AUG or the M4 even. Amanek so ready for that one. And Cirque is lightning fast with that AWP, but this time, not going to be quick enough.
It's so hard to peek into those angles as an opera from the T side, just sliding into those upper dark with it being held from an op on the other side. No flashbang to force Amanek off the angle. Nothing for distraction. Towards long we go again, and Jax has been here quite frequently all on his own. This time Stanislaw is able to handle it pretty well. There's still 3 defenders at the A bomb site though. 2 are going to be keeping space for Kenny S with the op on Catwalk, who at some point is going to realize no pressure is coming and he'll turn.
They actually have a Molotov at Hunter's position. I mean, they have to use a little bit of intuition to try and find it exactly there. Nexa being forced out, and he's playing a little bit alone. Hunter still, oh, there it is. It spreads. Some great grenades being thrown out. He's out in the open, but they can't really challenge him. That smoke that they themselves threw is actually covering him, and now the lineup as Nexa will take 2, and Stanislaw has nowhere to stand. Kenny will find him at the end, so nice attempt from EG, but it doesn't really work out.
You're exactly right. The G2 smoke that was inside of the bomb site covered Hunter pretty well. The wall of smokes covered him pretty well.
Yeah.
So relative safety, even though he's forced out by the flames. G2 has all the answers at the moment. Still a decent amount of cash as well, although EG can buy again. They're going to call a timeout. See what they come up with here.
I mean, I don't even know.
Nexus 16 and 4. Hunter is 14 and 6.
Yeah, I mean, that in itself is hard to deal with. You've got 2 people that are just very high-level players that are playing at that level. Even Kenny's 10 and 2, so.
Also, each of them plays at a different bomb site.
Yeah. Tariq has almost tripled his ADR.
Why are you doing that to him?
I'm so sorry.
Jesus. Oh, Cirque's down there as well.
13th round, and trying to think. I mean, they're going out long again. Tarek leading the way. That's going to be real rough, but the smoke is pretty good, and he's not scared at all. Going to follow through with a flashbang. Well, I think he almost thought about making it through that smoke, but he's going to think better of it. So now they have long control. They have it almost immediately, and that does give them a lot of options suddenly to work with. They can spend a lot of time here just shuffling around, finding more information, and seeing how the defense might have shifted.
G2 hasn't been shy about being aggressive on Catwalk, though. When that smoke clears without long control, I almost feel like they're going to want to be aggressive and clear that out, or at least have deeper control of it. As it stands, Jax has to be mindful of it while Kenny S is watching towards the A bomb site. So a lot of pressure on Jax to deliver. Flick from Kenny doesn't land. And there's Ethan. There's the flank, but it doesn't work out. Now Jax can run around towards long if he chooses. Bomb is going to get planted. It's planted for long as well. And you have Cirque and Pit.
It's not bad at all, is it? 4-on-4. They still have a Molotov on Cirque. He's down in the pit, but I mean, you can throw it that far if you really put some effort into it. Amanek will take down Tarek, but he did pick up a kill in this round, so got to give him credit for hanging in there. Stanislaw playing at the edge of the smoke, and Breeze on the other side. EG need all the rounds they can get right now to try and stay in this first half and have a bit of a say, and Breeze giving them a big chance here. A double kill for him and Cirque with the AWP down at long, and I don't think Amanek can break this crossfire in any way. Still a bit of a chance there. He's going to get the leg shot on Breeze, but it won't matter. A triple kill, and that will make a big difference here. A third round for EG, and a bit of a chance even. Actually, the money on if they can win this round, EG, maybe they could get up to 5.
I'm really interested to see if G2 wants to fight for this round or if they just want to save or half buy for the final.
With 7,000 on Kenny, I don't know. That's tempting, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's picked up a scout. I thought maybe he'd go for an M4, an AUG, or something like that, but this isn't bad. This is going to allow them to fight for that final round. So they'll concede some of the danger. Obviously, still a chance to win it with the upgraded pistols, the CZs on Jackson Hunter. I have to imagine Kenny is going to drop a Deagle over to Nexa, who only has 2K. It's a small half purchase just so G2 can preserve what economy they have for round 15. Now, if this gets to 10-5, it's one of those really weird games that has that odd feeling because G2 is so dominant. It feels like they're just destroying EG because they were out to that with 9-1 start. It was like 10-2 at a certain point, and it was a convincing 10-2. Like EG didn't have a chance in the first 12 rounds of this game.
Yeah, and then
but it's still going to be a scoreline that EG can recover from.
Yeah, they still land in a decent place.
Yep.
What was the meme that we were going for at one point in time? That 11-4 is the most deceptive scoreline. I think Duncan was been kind of that for a while.
Well, it was Zonic that tweeted it out or that mentioned it, and we did go a bit hard on mentioning that as commentators, and I know the guys on the desk started to make fun of us for it.
Fair play.
And you know, we like to give the analysts a little bit of love once in a while.
They do put in, a little bit of work. So got to give it to them. Kenny, that's dangerous. Oh, Jax will be there with the CC, and they'll follow it up. A double kill with the CC at the catwalk. That is not good for EG. At least Cirque will be able to get a slight bit of revenge. And Breeze is snuck up long. But again, the scout is there, and he's got to be careful. Kenny's looking the wrong way, but he's down at CT spawn. So if he turns this way, could be dangerous. Tapping away, and that's nicely handled. Breeze ready for more, and he'll drop Nexa as well. That's so smooth.
What a beast. Breeze is such a luxury for EG. That's a round that they was about to be a calamity. 2 opening kills for Jax. In a situation where they could have recovered the weapons as well, and Breeze delivers them the bomb site, now has to deliver them a round win. Hunter's going to pick up a gun here on Catwalk. Amanek has the AK-47.
I mean, they saved to buy in the next round anyway, so I guess a 2-on-2.
It.
Yeah, it's low percentage, but why not try and run for it? They both make it down onto the low ground, but Cirque is there to stop one of them with the AWP. And now it's on Hunter, and he's just trying to bait this one out. He's going to get the first fight. He's looking for more. He just needs a single headshot, and oh my god, that is beautiful. Again, Hunter. He's played a magnificent game. He does have a kit, but he'll have time for the defuse, I believe.
Oh,
it's going to be close, but I think he's just got it. This is so wild. 16-7 on him. That is absolutely wrecking EG.
He had the luxury of being in a situation that just felt like it was so far out of his reach that he could just deathmatch. Like he could just go for it. Great job baiting out the shot from Cirque and then committing to that fight without overextending into Breeze's crosshair. But what a brilliant start from Jax. I don't know how he wins these.
There's really not a lot showing there.
And what a dropped opportunity for EG.
That connected. Stanislaw out at long. Looked like that could have been dangerous, but he'll make it into the pit really quickly. And they are just going to give it up, G2, as they have done before when they've been pressured like that.
Yeah. That's a decent amount of utility used for G2 on the fallback just to ensure their safety. And actually, I mean, EG with pit control, there's really not been anyone to challenge or have any kind of a presence in the A bomb site. So when they've had long control, they've been able to push up quite far. But look at this lean for the defense. 2 in middle, 2 on catwalk. There's going to be 4 players in upper dark. That long, if it's turned into a fake, it's not going to do anything. This B hit is going to be real rough.
And for EG, it's going to be so frustrating, isn't it? If they run into a huge defense after having taken long, you're not going to expect that all the time. Amanek does go down, and nobody else inside of B, and Stanislav finding Jax over at long. So I think it might have worked out for EG in spite of everything.
I don't know the flank in tunnels. It's Nexa, and he's been a beast in this game. He could have so much. Cirque isn't going to expect it at this speed. Oh, the shoulder peek is perfect though. What a round from Cirque to cover that little gap in the post plant, and that's going to seal them their 4th round of the half. Kenny S can't do anything. Wow. Stanislav picks him off at range.
I'm not even sure. That might have been almost like an unintentional shoulder peek. That seemed like it was. Yeah. It was just so.
Listen, whatever it was,
wild.
It worked. It worked. He ends on 6 kills, 12 deaths, Cirque. But I mean, the highlight is Hunter and Nexa. 16 kills across both of them.
Yeah, they were playing extremely well.
And then 10 kills on Kenny, Amanek, and Jax. They started this out on a 9-1 run. 10-2 at one point. I mean, listen, this is not a pretty game by EG in any stretch. There's nothing in that first half they're going to be proud of, but you can work with 4. Not much.
Yeah, I mean, no.
It gives you that space of breathing room.
It does. It does help out a little bit. Certainly if they go in the pistol round, right? And the other thing that we have to think about is just you looked at the scores. I think at the 7th round or something, 8th round maybe. Nobody had more than 3 kills, and they end up much better than that. They get Tarek into the play. He was 0-9. He ends up at 3 kills. It's not amazing, but still, like if we have to assume that he's warming up a little bit, he's getting back into the game. It's
really making up for the joke about tripling his ADR, aren't you?
I'm so sorry,
really doing your best here.
He's such a nice guy as well. It's hard.
I know it is. He is a nice guy.
But at the same time, we can't feel sorry for that long, can we?
No, not really at all. So we are going to be live in that second half. Pistol round is starting up right now. 11-4 lead for G2 after a beautiful-looking CT side. We'll see what they've got on offense. Remember, this is an elimination match as well. This is the opening map of the series, if you're just joining us.
They're not going to have an EP250, which, I mean, you don't have to. I just really like it on maps like Dust 2.
You do have an odd affinity for the P250 buy.
In pistol rounds, yeah, I think it's really good. Cirque, the Glocks are coming very, very close. The flashbang's not going to help him out. They had already made it out. That angle was wide enough that he was going to have no chance at all.
It was just a half-second late to be able to blind that first player. Breeze up in the bomb site being challenged. Oh, he's so boxed in. If anyone can handle, though, it's Breeze, and he hasn't landed any shots. Yeah, he's certainly going to go down at some point. It's only a matter of time. Now the bomb being planted. This flank, not as effective as you'd like if you're EG. 1 versus 4 for Stanislav, and he goes down as well. And that's a 12-4 lead for G2.
They were all waiting for him. That's unfortunate. That's a nice knockout punch. As soon as they get that kill on Cirque, they just don't stop. They keep going. They keep the pressure on. And as a result, you can see Breeze, he can't even really adjust, right? Yeah. He probably knows someone's coming long. He knows he has to just stay ducked there for as long as he can. And there's no time for them to really communicate much. So
we talk about that frequently, how awkward, and anyone who's played Dust 2 as an A defender has been in that situation before. So obviously you'll know, but it's just it happens so quick. That's a great shot from Kenny. But it happens so fast. Like before, sometimes you even realize that you're boxed in with no options. You're just in that position that Breeze is in. 2 players coming long, 3 coming up catwalk, and you can't reposition.
Oh, I don't know how that Deagle stays accurate for 3 shots. It's a mystery to me.
Mine doesn't stay accurate with 1.
Not even the first one, no. No, you have to go prone and rest it on the ground. Find like a little tripod to put it on. Still
steady the mouse with both hands. Mac-10 is going to be watching the flank. Stanislav gathering a little bit of information, taking some damage for it. I believe he's spotted 2 in middle. Problem is 3-on-4, and with this kind of weaponry and no utility, there's no real good options to try and recover this. You have to take a risk somewhere. And A bomb site is open. It'll have to be a retake if they want to go for it. Otherwise, they just have to try and save these weapons. And if you're going to save the weapons, you might as well call it now. Breeze seeing if he can deliver anything else spectacular. Stanislav's added 1, and if that had been a kill, maybe we see where that goes. But Ethan now going to slowly backpedal.
Yeah, he's got a scout. I mean, if you could do something with it in the next round, probably not going to be the sort of the big deciding difference. A 13th round for G2. They are off to a blazing hot start here. Ooh, okay,
Nice shot.
that's fine.
Listen, whoever gets eliminated today between these two teams can at least be happy about the fact that they got some pretty baller profile pictures.
They do have that. I was seeing some of they were handing out player like shirts or jackets or something yesterday as well at the hotel, and they look pretty cool. So they have that.
Do we get those? Did you ask?
I didn't.
We don't get jackets or baller profile pictures.
No, I mean, they if they make one with you with the glasses and the cigar and the American flag down there, that would work really well.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Love a chat. Fast pace from Hunter down middle. He's got the MAC-10. There is a stack on the other side of the smoke. There's a stack on Catwalk. He jumps to get the information. It spams. You can see one player, the booster, not the boosty, ducking underneath his bullets, but it won't matter. Hunter finds them in the end. Triple kill for him with the MAC-10. They're rich. They've got a 10-round lead.
Keep getting richer. Seems to be a
The
theme
rich
going on in the
get
world.
richer. It's a bit high though for that crouched player, you know.
Yeah, he tried, didn't he? Can't really blame. He's 21 and 9.
I guess it's pretty unfair to criticize him for that.
Just that's very critical at that point in time. You know? It's just
What an idiot.
I mean, can't believe he guessed that wrong.
Well, Kenny is going to flex by staying on the scout. Same with Amanek and Nexo with the MAC-10s. We had the shotgun flex in the previous half.
Don't get to see enough of the Nova shotgun. It was enjoyable while it lasted. Tarek received the top of someone's head. He had every chance. Look at the damage he's done to both those players.
I actually feel bad for him on that one. Like, what are you supposed to do? We've all been in that frustrating situation where someone is just, I mean, Hunter is just having such a phenomenal game, but what a snap over onto Tarek as soon as he hears the first shot fired.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games, isn't it, for Tarek, where things just aren't working,
Yeah,
and you can't even explain why.
In another game, he probably has 2 kills.
Yep. So ready over at long, and that's a nice pick off. It's just the MAC-10 going down, and now they're up at the catwalk, and they're going to keep flashing him. Could throw another couple of grenades just to make sure. The bomb is going to be going down, and here's the problem, though. For the retake, they have Stanislaw with a smoke and a Molotov, and really not much else. So if those grenades run out before the defusers come through and they're all over at catwalk, that's going to be a very, very hard defuse. It's planted perfectly for catwalk, and here's the first Molotov to go down. So that's going to force Hunter back a little bit. They still have that smoke, so maybe they could put some more pressure on. But this is everything for EG. If they want more of a chance to warm up, try and see if they could do something, then it's now. And hiding inside of the smoke is Jax. I think they've already checked for it, but he's still waiting in here, and he comes right out for the kill. Big double for him, and that's going to be the round 15 and 4. That is some great patience being shown by Jax.
It was the only option they had. Put the smoke in the bomb site, at least deny some information, some vision from EG on that retake. And I think even EG spammed into the smoke. They just didn't connect with Jax, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, they definitely did. And they're, you know, well, they don't have a lot of time. A lot of things to check.
That was actually a really nice attempted retake. Cirque gets the kill through the Gandalf box in the corner. There was a Molotov on catwalk to make sure those Ts couldn't help out in the post plant, and just still coming out on the losing end.
That actually connected on Stanislaw. And they're rushing B. They know they're not going to have a lot to defend with, but the MP9 will do it on top of the fire. That's a pretty lethal combination right there. Bullets to keep you inside the flames.
That was the one thing G2 didn't have going for him that round, was anyone to put that Molotov out right at the base of the entryway. So it's looking likely, but if this half is, if the things that we've seen in this half that have gone in the favor of G2 are anything to go by, then they'll probably still win this round.
There has been a lot of...
They've had a lot of fortune go their way.
Hunter's still alive is a good sign. And obviously, well, at least they've picked up an AK over there, and they've got some FAMASs as well. It could work out. The time is still kind of with G2, so let's see what they could do. All going to be grouping up on catwalk and running into Tarek and Circle over there. Still should be a very low percentage round here for the T side. Raze is holding aggressive long. They know no one is going to be showing up there. B is really well defended, and they're watching middle. They got everything covered.
Yeah, EG doesn't have to cheat at all. They just play a standard game from here. They even have a player at long if he wants to go for a fast flank. Sure thing, why not? Cirque with the scout is going to tag one. He's going to clean it up. The scout's actually netting 2 kills. And Kenny S, 1 versus 5. Being
Find a way to
flanked
throw
out.
away the AWP. Just throw it up on the box so then they don't get it. There's no way out.
Oh no, create a highlight for yourself.
Just going for that play instead.
Yeah, you have to. They're not going to. Yes, they are. You were right. 15 to 5.
Well, it's a small detail. We'll let Kenny have his moment.
He's had a pretty good game so far, so fair play.
It was a cool flick. I'll give him that.
Yeah, the first one.
Well, 10-round comeback for EG.
11 rounds in a row to force overtime. See if they've got it in them. I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of B rushes for the rest of this half.
Maybe not. And just an attempt at some mid and catwalk control here for G2 though, which is pretty standard.
At least having the op in Cirque's hands, it gives him the confidence. You can kind of shift the defense to the A bomb site. You can leave him posted up there at A. So you can see Ethan and Tara kind of buddying up in middle. They're going to have a crossfire set up so Ethan can cheat towards the B bomb site. At the moment, they are pretty paranoid about that mid play from G2.
Right now, I mean, obviously any mistake out of EG, and there's nothing more to play for. So I'm liking this. I don't mind the setup here. They're sort of set up in case it's a B split. They're super ready for that. Oh, but
Cirque's
Breeze going down.
Yeah, Cirque's in a ton of trouble. He's got to make a decision of where he wants to commit to, and he's picking the A bomb site, which means he almost needs to get aggressive in some fashion.
They still have 40 seconds. Tarek is falling back to try and help out a little bit. They've escaped out of the B bomb site, so they can be very dynamic in this defense, but they're going to have a hard time holding either bomb site, I think. Tarek is there. Cirque, as you said, aggressive on the catwalk. He's looking for it. He misses the chance, and he's not going to get another one. They get run down, and now they're all in a very awkward position. Oh, everybody on top, and grenades raining down, and just no chance to defend anything in this round. What a first map here for G2. Stanislaw in a 1 versus 5. And there's no way to do anything at this point in time. Stanislaw going to be walking into Kenny with that AWP. Don't know how he's not dead yet, but now they're all going to be gravitating toward this side. And Kenny will stay alive, even 16 to 5. And G2 with a bit of a statement opening map here.